Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Good morning.
Hare
Let me know if
Krishna.
you can hear me.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna,
we can
Prabhuji.
hear.
Hare Krishna. Very nice. Hope you all are doing great. Enjoying the Herbst. Okay, let me offer prayer and then we start. Deepali Mataji, I was thinking maybe you could also keep posting this in the group that you are saying whenever.
Uh, for Maharaj's quotes, Prabhuji?
No. The classes that we are doing, you can post in your group. There is a Upartar group
Okay.
or your colleagues group, you said.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कथा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतापदकमलान् श्रीगुरुवैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणरघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललित श्रीविशाख अन्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबान्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। Say along with me. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone. So, welcome to our systematic study of Vedic scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, the universal form. Until now, we heard a very nice dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra in the utmost time of crisis. Means that if we understand the time, place, everything was perfectly selected by the Lord, and we see that we also go through a daily battle in our life, a battle between to do good, to be good, and our own weaknesses that makes us challenged every moment. And then when we are facing such challenges, what we do is we turn to so many things. Hare Krishna. So we turn to so many things as a shelter, upadhi. We try to find reasons why we are not able to do it. So that then we feel good because okay, after all, I'm very tiny being. So because of that tiny being, I am accepted to make faults, to be false, to be in this level forever. Yeah. Whatever little try I make, there is already a big ocean of obstacles that stop me. So in that way, very tiny. What can I do? Let me live my life like this. I can't expect more. Well, so in that way, what we do is we kind of compromise ourselves of our abilities, our desire, our goal, our aspirations, everything, we don't challenge them, but we get challenged and we give up. So it's a battle that goes every day. At least for me, every day there is always this getting up early in the morning is a challenge. Waking up longer is a challenge. Eating little is a challenge. Reading is a challenge. Doing japa is a challenge. Everything is a challenge, and I'm not taking up seriously. I'm kind of more convinced that material energy is stronger than me, and whatever little mercy this material world gives us, then we accept it as prasad, and we think that okay, life, yeah, like this, keep giving little some happinesses here and there until I die, and then yeah, somehow I'm having at least a happy life. So in this battlefield that we are going through, the right approach should be to take shelter of the Supreme Lord. This is what happens in this course of all these 10 chapters. Yeah, Krishna is explaining about not only the science of the soul, not only that, he's also explaining his own position so that we appreciate the Lord's supremacy and then take shelter of him. And when we take shelter of him, then we understand that the Lord is superior to the material energy. And then he can adjust things such a way that we can practice our devotion more convincingly, more sincerely, and more seriously. So when Krishna said that everything is just a fragment, everything is maintained, sustained, created, everything all because of with my fragmental energy. So if you refer back to that last verse of the 10th chapter, Lord is saying, hey, why you bother all these things? Hmm? Yeah. So here it says, know that all opulent, beautiful, glorious creations spring from but a spark of my splendor. Huh? But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Whatever we think that this universe is ruling us, that universe is just nothing but a small fragment, hmm, through which the Lord is pervading everything so that He is ensuring that everything is working under His direction, under His control. That's why He is Ishvara. Hmm. From there, now Arjuna is taking us to the next level. Yeah, because Arjuna is asking, let's begin from here. Someone start reading and then we'll go through the verses, maybe 1 to 8 today, and then understand this, why Arjuna asked, and etc. Who would like to read this first one?
Can I Prabhu?
Yes, please. Sundamataji.
Arjunovacha mad anugrahaya paramam guhyam ajantam samjityam yat tvayokatam vachatena mohoyam vigato mama. Arjuna said, by my hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. Purport. The chapter reveals Krishna as the cause of all causes. He is even the cause of the Mahavishnu, from whom the material universes emanate. Krishna is not an incarnation. He is the source of all incarnations. That has been completely explained in the last chapter. Now, as far as Arjuna is concerned, he says that his illusion is over. This means that Arjuna no longer thinks of Krishna as a mere human being, as a friend of his, but as a source of everything. Arjuna is very enlightened and is glad that he has such a great friend as Krishna. But now he is thinking that although he may accept Krishna as the source of everything, others may not. So, in order to establish Krishna's divinity for all, he is requesting Krishna in this chapter to show his universal form. Actually, when one sees the universal form of Krishna, one becomes frightened, like Arjuna. But Krishna is so kind that after showing it, he converts himself again into his original form. Arjuna agrees to what Krishna has several times said. Krishna is speaking to him just for his benefit. So Arjuna acknowledges that all this is happening to him by Krishna's grace. He is now convinced that Krishna is the cause of all causes and is present in everyone's heart as a super soul. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you, Sindhamata. So this is the opening verse where Krishna is saying that all my illusion is dispelled. Mad anugrahaya paramam. Yeah, you're so merciful. And then what you have done is guhyam adhyatma samnigdam. So he's saying that you have also given that secret knowledge. Yet tyaktoktam vachastena mohoyam. What is dispelled? Mohoyam vigato mama. So with that, all my illusion is dispelled, removed. Hmm. So this is what happens if we really, really give our 100% attention to hearing, especially to Adhyatmik Katha, Hari Katha, to the words of the Lord. Yeah, because when this is happening, yeah, it's not just we have scheduled ourselves so that when we come on Saturday or Sunday together, then sometime we are some little in 1 hour, at least if 5 minutes attentively, if I am able to hear, then our then I'll get some good result or good feeling or no, when we really seriously hear the full 1 hour, uh, then what happens is this benefit we get by hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects. My illusion has now been dispelled. Of course, Arjuna is very, very intellectual, at the same time devotee, so he had all the qualities, the skill set that required, as well as the values and character, that's required. So in that way, Arjuna was very quickly come to this position, understanding Krishna as the supreme. But what about us? For us, we may take ages if we do not take to the serious oral reception of this Bhagavad Gita. Then we may take many lifetimes because we have not given our complete focus. When we don't give our complete focus, the result also will be very shaky because we think that yes, I have finished Bhagavad Gita. I have read the whole Bhagavad Gita once a year or maybe once a month, or but if there is no attentiveness, then what happens is that whatever is spoken or heard or read and all becomes diluted, and we feel, hey, I have done it, but nothing is happening in me, no change, or maybe some good feeling because okay, I have read Bhagavad Gita. So coming back here, this chapter reveals Krishna as the cause of all causes. This is very, very important because we are exactly at that edge of a wall. Exactly at that edge of a wall. Just we see sometimes a cat on the wall which can fall on this side or that side. We are also such cats. Yeah. What kind of cats are we? We are just kind of thinking, if someone is saying this, I'll jump this side. If someone says, I'll jump that side. I don't have my own opinion. Yeah. But if we understand this chapter 10 and 11 thoroughly, then we understand that Krishna is the cause of all causes. He's the supreme personality of Godhead. He's the fountainhead of all the gods, demigods. How? Because at least by seeing his opulences, because usually we believe, right, who is very rich, who has big house, who has nice car, we understand that he is a controller. One who has all the people who are with him, supporting him, giving everything, then we consider that he is the prominent person. So in that way, Krishna is saying, I'm everything. Yeah, he's saying he is even the cause of Mahavishnu. Because when we see this Mahavishnu, Lord, everything is coming, the material creation itself is coming from there. And who from Mahavishnu himself is coming from Krishna. So after Arjuna heard all that, so he is convinced. And then here we see that the effect of very carefully hearing is that illusion is dispelled. Why? Because this is not knowledge about some political situation or economical condition, or this is not about those things. This is about the most confidential spiritual knowledge. And the spiritual knowledge is not just going to a level which is superficial or a very high, not deep. Yeah, but the spiritual knowledge goes to the heart, because the heart is the place where the soul, where we are actually, and because this is penetrating through the ears to the heart. If we carefully hear, then this illusion will be dispelled. Why? Because the illusion is also in covering. That's the covering that is in the heart. So we have a lot to do with the heart surgeries. Of course, not the cardiologist that we have to visit, because cardiologist can only touch the surface of the heart, but not inside the heart. What is actually where the soul resides, where the anarthas are residing. So for such kind of surgeries, surgical strikes that we want to have, yeah, we definitely have to take shelter of Bhagavad Gita. And here Arjuna heard to Krishna. And then what happened is that because of this confidential knowledge that is coming, then by the power of Krishna's grace, Arjuna recognizes Krishna's grace by which the illusion is dispelled. So if we want to be free from illusion, best thing is we don't have to do something by ourselves. We just take shelter of the Lord, and Lord will make sure that all these anarthas are removed such a way that we don't even realize, oh, how painful it will be. We may think, oh, no, if I change my life conditions, I'll be going through very, very poverty-stricken life, no facilities, no comforts. I can't bear that. Krishna makes note of that, and he sees how to still manage that. You can still take to him, and Krishna will dispel that illusion, that gives the right vision to understand, hey, okay, poverty is not a big thing, don't worry. And so in this way, the illusion we get rid of is that very important illusion that we may, Arjuna was saying that Krishna is my friend. He's just a human being. But slowly, immediately Arjuna is coming to this platform that he is taking a shelter of Krishna as a guru. And later in these verses, when he heard, he understood, yeah, he is the Supreme Lord, Parandhama, Param Brahma, Pavitram, Paramam. So in this way, Arjuna's illusion is dispelled that Krishna is not ordinary or a friend or a human. One should know that Krishna is the source of everything, and in everyone's heart as super soul. Krishna is saying, I am present. I am all pervading, not even just in a being, but in the whole creation, I am all pervading. And Krishna's supremacy, this is what we will hear, the cause of all causes, how Krishna is connected. How is cause of material creation, material nature, cause of all living entities, all demigods, even cause of Mahavishnu and all the incarnations, how they emanate, expand from him. That's why he's called fountainhead of all, fountainhead of the God. Fountainhead of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah. So and then here, if someone can read the next verse. Or is there any comments and questions anyone has here till now? The more attentive we are, the more quicker we go deeper. If no hands raised, then we go to the next verse. Who would like to read this? Okay, Apu Prabhu.
I can
Ishan
read.
Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu. Bhavapyayo hi bhutana shruto vistarosho maya tatvatah kamal patraksh mahatmayapi chayayam. Purport. Translation. O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your inexhaustible glories. Purport. Arjuna addresses Lord Krishna as lotus-eyed. Krishna's eyes appear just like the petals of a lotus flower. Out of his joy, for Krishna has assured him in a previous chapter, Aham Krishnasya Jagatah Prabhavah Pralayas Tatha. I am the source of the appearance and disappearance of this entire material manifestation. Arjuna has heard of this from the Lord in detail. Arjuna further knows that in spite of his being the source of all appearances and disappearances, he is aloof from them. As the Lord has said in the 9th chapter, he is all pervading. Yet he is not personally present everywhere. That is the inconceivable opulence of Krishna, which Arjuna admits that he has thoroughly understood.
Thank you, Nishant Prabhu. Yeah. So here, kind of a summarizing or kind of confirming his understanding, Arjuna is saying this. Bhavapyav. Bhava apyayo means appearance and disappearance. Yeah. Hi bhutanam shruto vistarasyo maya tattva kamala patraksha. This is what is mentioned in the purport. Yeah. So out of great joy, because this is what happens when we hear to the transcendental knowledge about spiritual subjects. It's not boring. Definitely not boring. It's not boring because okay, what connection it is there to know about someone who is 5,000 years mm, ago that has happened, or even before. Uh, mm, if it is the latest movie that is released in 2022, it's current. That will be telling about today. No, here Arjuna is overwhelmed by the great mercy that he has got, that transcendental knowledge that has touched him, that he was blessed. So that's why in that great joy he addresses the Lord, Kamala Patraksha, the lotus-eyed one, Mahatmyam, and your glories are inexhaustible. This is what we get when we hear. When we hear to Bhagavad, then we understand the greatness of the Lord, and this is inexhaustible. Yeah, someone please. 33rd one. I saw that, there is, Tanuja Mataji. Would you like to read this? 11.3.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Evam yatata tavam atmanam parameshwaram dratrum ichami te rupam aviram purushottamam. Aishwaryam purushottamam. The sloka. Translation: O greatest of all personalities, O supreme from though I see you here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself. I wish to see how you have entered in this comic manifestation. I went to see that from yours. The Lord said that because he entered into the material universe by his personal representation, the cosmic manifestation has been made possible and is going on. Now, as far as Arjuna is concerned, he is inspired by the statements of Krishna. But in order to convince others in the future who may think that Krishna is an ordinary person, Arjuna desires to see him actually in his universal form, to see how he is acting from within the universe, although he is apart from it. Arjuna's addressing the Lord as Purushottama is also significant, since the Lord is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is present within Arjuna himself. Therefore, he knows the desire of Arjuna, and he can understand that Arjuna has no special desire to see him in his universal form, for Arjuna is completely satisfied to see him in his personal form of Krishna. But the Lord can understand also that Arjuna wants to see the universal form to convince others. Arjuna did not have any personal desire from confirmation. Krishna also understands that Arjuna wants to see the universal form to set a separation, for in the future there would be so many importers who would pose themselves as incarnations of God. The people therefore should be careful. One who claims to be Krishna should be prepared to show his universal form to confirm his claim to the people. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, to set a criterion. Okay, nice. This is very nice. Thank you, Matani. So here is saying, addressing as O great of all personalities. Yeah, we need to know that this is not just some kind of flowery poetry that Arjuna is offering to the Lord because he thought, oh, he's a great personality. No, it is after he has received the transcendental knowledge, which is absolute truth. There is no fault. There is no false in it. So Arjuna is speaking. Though I see you here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. Yeah, this is very nice, right? So when Krishna is saying that I am everything, I am pervading everywhere, at the same time he's also fully personally present in front of him. Arjuna is asking this question because the question may come, hey, might be that Mahavishnu is the creator and that's why he is everything, but maybe Krishna is an expansion of him, or yeah. So how is it that Krishna is all pervasive and cause of all causes? This is what Krishna Arjuna is asking, and in the purport Prabhupada is mentioning that so there is this kind of why Arjuna is requesting this is to establish Krishna's divinity. Yeah. If you see in the first verse of this chapter, Arjuna is asking, yeah, can you please show me? And then to convince others. This is sometimes becomes a bigger problem. Yeah. Maybe we are convinced that Krishna is supreme, but it becomes challenging when we have to convince others that Krishna is the supreme. I don't know if someone has such challenges, but I come across quite often. Yeah. Yeah. So when we take shelter of the direct words of the Lord, yeah, then at least we are convinced ourselves. Yeah. And about others, yeah, there is a process. We can discuss. So to convince others, Krishna, although he does not have any personal desire to see, this is also what we see. Yeah, it's not that why always these questions are coming. Is it Arjuna not so perfect? That's why is this his genuine doubt? Usually we come across purports where we see that the acharyas say that no, Arjuna is a devotee, so he will not have such a question. It is for the welfare of others. He is asking, how much faith have we? Do we have in these words? Uh, we No, maybe just it's a reason. No, Arjuna is maybe Arjuna is also perplexed, really perplexed. Huh? Yeah, is it? So all these things will come, but these questions are genuinely coming from Arjuna because he is also a devotee. A devotee is merciful, uh, and he's so generous that he want to give this very confidential knowledge available for everyone. Just imagine if Arjuna would have shown his perplexity and Krishna would have said, and then Arjuna would have simply accepted. This whole Bhagavad Gita wouldn't have been come up. This whole Bhagavad Gita is coming because of his genuine interest, so that others are aware of what is the science of God, how to appreciate this truth, absolute truth. So, to convince others that Krishna is the supreme, yeah, Arjuna is asking. Although he does not have this personal desire and is completely satisfied to see him in his personal form, so he's asking, because that's why we see here Lord is addressed as Purushottama. Mm. And in this way, we see that Arjuna has no personal desire to see, but in order that tomorrow, yeah, we are already 5,000 years later and we are discussing this, where we already see so many are posting themselves as that I am the supreme God. Such kind of imposters are there to cheat. Every now and then we see so many in the news, in the media, in the movies. We see how, in the name of God, some say that I am Guru, some say that I am even God, and in this kind of imposter world, yeah. So we need a praman how to recognize the Lord. Is it just by some magic, some energy, some tricks and black magic, or words, jugglery, flowery words? How to understand is that's why Arjuna is asking Krishna, can you show your form, universal form? Yeah, because we know. I want to know how you are pervading, how you are entering into this whole manifestation and maintaining it. So Arjuna wants to substantiate Krishna's position that in future people can understand that Krishna, uh, not just through philosophy, theory, right? Because so many people will tell in theory that when I sit in yoga, I'm seeing a very white light emanating from my Brahmarandra, and then, uh, so some philosophical and theoretical, no, but actually Krishna presented himself as such to Arjuna, and Arjuna. uh, mm, has started a parampara, right? Because whatever that knowledge that Bhagavad Gita was given to sun god, and it came down the lineage, and then somehow it got lost. So uh, he takes the responsibility of setting up everything again from there. So he wants a substantial proof for the future. Okay. Any questions? Any comments? Otherwise, we go to the next verse.
Only small comment
Yes.
here.
Yes.
So to prove Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, the person who is a very strong, like very devoted to Lord Shiva, it is really challenging. If I say something, he will bring some other thing. Like Vishnu had worshipped the Shivalings in Arunachalam or something. I don't have any idea about those things.
Mm-hmm.
So how we can? So I tell that okay, if you have time, come to temple. I will tell that I will go away from there.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have
Good,
to do?
good. Yeah, so we see from the source, yeah, so Bhagavad Gita is accepted by everyone. Even Shaivites, they accept Bhagavad Gita. So we see even the Shankaracharya also has provided a commentary where he has accepted the supremacy of Krishna. And we also see other references through which we see And then I think you have a spiritual master, and when you approach a spiritual master, of course, spiritual master is still always supreme to you, right? But if he is offering you some service, does it become that you are the God or spiritual master of your spiritual master?
Never.
Hmm? So this is also how Lord will what do you call reciprocate. This is the exchanges where when we see that Lord Ram in Ram Leela, when he's approaching Lord Shiva for blessings, he want to glorify his great devotee. But of course, we cannot convince this on this basis because if someone already has developed some faith, yeah, in Lord Shiva, then what will happen is they are becoming stronger in worshipping Lord Shiva and accepting him as the supreme personality. Yeah, because Lord Shiva is none other than devotee of the Lord. Yeah, it will take some time where this mode, yeah, whatever the influence under which we are worshipping so and so demigod, uh, is tuned. Yeah, I have seen so many where, yeah, people who are very staunch devotees of Lord Shiva, they have taken to Krishna consciousness because indeed Lord Shiva, yeah, he doesn't want all credits to him. He doesn't want all the worship done to him because he is a pure devotee of the Lord and he will divert such earnest, sincere uh, devotees of him to the Supreme Lord because Lord Shiva wants that he himself, yeah, if we see so many pastimes of Lord Krishna, where Lord Shiva is eagerly waiting, trying hard, not only waiting, he's very proactively trying ways of how he can serve Lord. Yeah, if we see, I mean, in Vrindavan there are so many Lord Shiva temples, and all, and they there we see how in what mood Lord Shiva is serving Krishna. There is a whole total different understanding. And okay, yeah, it's kind of information at this moment. This may not be so substantiated because we have also some other information and how to put them together. Best thing is to continue practicing. Yeah. And yeah, there is no harm if one is not taking bhang or what is this, all the tantric way of worshipping Lord Shiva. Yeah. But if he is earnestly worshipping Lord Shiva so that he can serve him, yeah, who is ultimately serving also the Lord Krishna, so he will be directed. Yeah, he will be cleared all these things and then he will also take to Krishna consciousness.
Prabhuji, in this scenario, we will take example of Markandeya Rishi.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what happened.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hmm. This is what happens because we are carrying. I mean, I have given only half answer. We are just carrying a legacy of Shastric understanding where even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings have not been applied, right? Uh, whatever the Puranas that we are referring, they are time old Puranas. On that basis, we are talking, due to which there is a lot of confusion because there was also kind of, right? Sometimes the Shaivites have erased Vaishnava literature from the history by just removing the things. The same thing happened also the other way, and there were so many things happened where we don't have a clear clarity. Sometimes people refer Devi Bhagavatam.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, the Devi Bhagavatam, which substantiates or proves that it's Devi who is the mother of all, and it is the feminine who is the supreme, not the male. Uh, so this understanding and where how who is related and everything is also said. Yeah. If one reads that, yeah, I mean, I haven't read the whole book, but I have read a part of it. Understand from which point of view this Devi Bhagavatam is there and to what level it is authentic. Those things, when we understand, then we understand, okay, how much attention or what should we take from it. When we are talking about Srimad Bhagavatam, we are talking about the whole cosmic and etc. etc. and how everything is connected to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah, in Devi Bhagavatam, there is explanation about how gold is there, how minerals are there, how this whole, it's more about opulences, explanation about that. Yeah, so that detail may be not there in Bhagavatam. So we can understand that if I want to know even a detail about a universe, Bhagavatam is telling about all universes. Yeah, when we want to know about uh, zoom out understanding of one universe, there is Bhagavatam which is glorifying. But then in that universe, there is this Durga Devi who is the head. Definitely, in that way, she is the head. But when we go to our next level, when we understand such universes are so many, and all these universes are emanating and dissolving and all those things, there is a higher uh, knowledge. And when we put that knowledge in that way, when we expand our knowledge, then we appreciate the position of everything in its own relation to the Supreme Lord. I don't know, why did I bring this?
You brought this because you were mentioning that some people are also saying that other gods and goddesses are the supreme.
Yeah. So that supremacy will be there in every level. Yeah, just like for example in a town, the head of the town is considered the supreme. Yeah, and a villager who does not know anything beyond it, he will see that it is supreme. So the words obviously are resembling the same, right? Very easy to understand is when you refer any Ashtotter, 108 names of the Lord or 1,000 names of the Lord, you sometimes see same names are addressed, for both. Yeah. So we understand that how we want to offer our appreciation for the greatness of a great personality. In that way, in what way a Lord or a demigod has performed leelas. Yeah. So in that way, they are recognized and glorified. After all these names are only for glorification, right? So these are actually adjectives. Yeah, if you see most of the names, yeah, these are nouns, but actually based on adjectives. Om Viraya Namaha. So is it about the chivalry of the Lord? That will be there in every Lord, right? So so in that way we understand. But in that context, coming back to, but how to establish Krishna as a supreme? That we see how everyone has accepted it. What all the rishis, munis are saying. The question may come again, the same rishis and munis are also glorifying other scriptures. Yeah, they are glorifying. Why not? Of course, they are the demigods, they are the servants of the Lord, so they are to be glorified. That is the culture. That is the way how we have to also do. That's why when we are seeing Lord Shiva, we should also pay our due respect. We should also offer our obeisances. We should also take shelter of him, so that we can aspire to become serious in Krishna consciousness. So when we have this clarity, then there is no confusion. But then when people are there who do not have a clarity, how to deal with them? I mean, that was your question, right? How to deal with them? Pray to Krishna that they can appreciate this in due course of time. So that we cannot, with our energy, with our limited creditability, if I tell Venibada Prabhu, you do this, you will not do it. You think, what is there so great about Sudama? Why should I do it? When I'm saying Krishna is asking you to do it, then you'll do it. So let's pray that Krishna is enlightening and giving the opportunity to understand this sincerely in their own life. Yeah. So as you said, we need to understand, because when it comes to a preaching topic, question, we have to understand that what is the person, if he is having so ardent faith in some other demigod, if you want to tell anything, it will just overflow, it won't go in. In that case, at least let him be there, let him have some goodwill for Krishna, that, oh, Krishna is also one God. No ill feeling about him. That itself is good. Because all this chapter 10 and 11 are about opulences of Krishna. If you tell, people will just kind of create more envy. Why Krishna only told like that? Yeah. In our culture, people don't speak out about themselves. Krishna is telling this. So I don't know if I answered your question, Venimada Prabhu.
Yes, bro, it's better to pray to Krishna so that one day Krishna will enlighten.
Yeah, and try to gather as much details as possible for your own self, because it's nice to understand the greatness of Lord Shiva, right? So when we know more about Lord Shiva, then we understand, yeah, there's such a great person. Anyway, I think there is also Adirasa Prabhu. Prabhuji, you remember when we were in Manas ki Ganga, there Prabhuji was
Yes,
telling
yes,
about Lord Shiva.
yeah, he explained many pastimes, but in relations to to Krishna. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And also we went when you were not in Germany. So with Dina Prabhu, we went also to the past where the Ashishwar Mahadev temple is near to the when Lord Shiva came to see Krishna as a baby, when he was rejected by Yashoda Mata, then he sat down nearby, and then there's a temple Ashishwar Mahadev. So yeah, he also explained many other pastimes.
Yeah.
But all glorifies also to Krishna, that yeah, he is serving Krishna in different moods. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that way we get more and more understanding and appreciate the greatness. See how Lord Shiva is desperate. So when Krishna appeared, he wanted to have darshan. Yeah. And then we anyway know the greatness of him as Gopeshwar. Yeah, who wanted to become a gopi, to be part of the pastime of Lord Krishna. Yeah, in so many. Yeah. So when we go, then we understand it. Okay.
Prabhuji, one question: is it Devi Bhagavatam? Is it also authentic, or written by some acharyas, or just
No,
by
no. I mean, this is written by Veda Vyas.
by Vedvyas also wrote this? Ah, okay.
Yeah, but to what extent it is still authentic? That there are questions. Yeah, there are questions, and some say it's some injection being done in it. Mm, yeah, because when you put time chronology, and when you use the time chronology to refer to them, and then you see kind of some confusing or conflicting statements. But I mean, I am just sharing what I came across. Maybe something is concretely there. Hmm.
Yes, okay.
Prabhuji, I have small doubt regarding the word Purushottam and Parameshwar, because
Mm-hmm.
in this verse, two words came, Parameshwar and Purushottam.
Mm-hmm.
And in one of the English Bhagavad Gita, what I have there, the word is Parameshwara, and in this Veda base is Purushottam. So can you bit clarify that what these words really mean in this context of this verse?
Is your question? Are you saying that the verse is different, or?
No, the verse is the same,
Mm-hmm.
but where in Arjuna addressing the Lord as a Parameshwara,
Mm.
and in this verse it says the Arjuna addressing the Lord as a Purushottama.
Mm-hmm. Okay. See, Parameshwar, Ishvara is the controller. Parameshwara is supreme controller. Hmm? And if you see, this line is about Atmanam Parameshwara. So Arjuna is saying evam etad yathatha tvam. Yeah, so he's saying you have as it is spoken, and who can say that is the one supreme controller. So he's appreciating the Lord as supreme controller. If we do not have control, na, we kind of, yeah, just try to form a sentence. Yeah, you are in an interview, yeah, and you're sitting in an interview. Please tell me about yourself. And if you do some 10 takes, you'll tell 10 times 10 different things, right?
Mm.
Mm. But the Lord is having complete control, which means whatever emanates from His is absolute truth, as it is. That's why Lord Arjuna is addressing him as Purushottam. Parameshwar. Sorry. And then the last line is about Aishwaryam, yeah, the all opulence. Here Aishwaryam is referred as divine. Hmm? So Purushottam, yeah, we see that the Lord, of course, everyone is Purusha. Yeah, it's very interesting, right? So usually he says that everyone is not Purusha, only the Lord is Purusha, because Purusha means supreme enjoyer. Enjoyer. Purusha means one who enjoys. Purushottama means one who is the best in enjoyment, and it is Supreme Lord. Every living entity is enjoyer, is seeking pleasure. Yeah, but the one who can enjoy the best to the best, yeah, topmost is the Supreme Lord. That's why he is called Purushottama. So of course
Mm.
here it's mentioned, oh, best of personalities, but this is actually about telling that you are the one who is all enjoying. So, and here, oh, greatest of all personalities. Yeah, personality. Purusha means a person. Purushottama means the best among persons. Yeah, and in that way, yeah, the translation goes that, oh, greatest of all personalities, oh, supreme form. Mm. Though I see you here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. So these addresses or attributes of Arjuna, yeah, is to emphasize that, yeah, he's not dealing with the ordinary person, he's dealing with the supreme person.
Mm. So, but these words cannot be used interchangeably, right? Because these are two different. One is the supreme enjoyer, and another is the supreme lord. So here, Arjuna meant that he is the supreme lord also. And in one of the Gita, in the English version, which I bought in Germany, it says Parameshwara. And in the Veda base, and also another one which I have in Hindi, I just checked it. It is saying Purushottama. So my question is, can these two words be used interchangeably? This is both are for Lord Krishna. It can be used like that.
Still, I'm not able to get your question then, because are you saying the verse itself, or maybe you can read that verse, what you have reference?
This is the same verse. This I have read it both the translation and the purport. Both are from Srila Prabhupada. But in one of the book it is written Purushottama. In one of the book it is written Parameshwara.
What do you mean by written as Purushottama or Parameshwar? I didn't get that. So are you say, see, when you're saying the verse itself is same, in the
Yes.
verse both Purushottama and Parameshwar are there, right?
Yes. But in the purport, okay, so maybe in the purport when the Arjuna, there is a line called Arjuna addressing the Lord as Purushottama is also
Uh-huh.
significant since the Lord is the supreme personality of Godhead.
Yeah.
So this Purushottama word is different in different books.
Okay. So in one book it is mentioned as Purushottama, in one book you are saying Parameshwara.
Ji Prabhuji.
Okay.
So can these two words be used interchangeably? That is my point.
See, it is a purport where Prabhupada is elaborating on the verse, right? And Purushottama, yeah, it means that he is the supreme personality of Godhead, yeah. And if it is Parameshwar also, so it is attributing to the same personality. Hmm. So I don't know in which version of the book, yeah, maybe it's a previous edition or older edition. In that word is used, yeah, which is also correct. And now in this, what we are reading now, if it is Purushottama, that's also correct. Yeah, in both ways, it is still glorifying it, addressing the same personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Understood.
Yeah. And maybe you can later send me
I will send you
cover
the screenshot.
of the
Yeah.
no, I mean I want to see which printed edition the book that you are referring to.
Okay.
Which year?
Sure, Prabhuji.
Okay.
And Prabhuji, one follow-up question to the point what you were explaining in detail, that because this question also comes to me many times, even from the family members. They say that, especially in India, they said all gods are same. Sab Bhagwan ek hai. And then when you start telling them or helping them to know a little bit more about, no, the Krishna is the supreme head. And that's where they said, no, there is no big or small, they are all same. So this becomes, as you said, that let them be in that plane of their understanding, and slowly, gradually, they will come and realize one day. But
No, we will, we will tell to people who can appreciate it, and we will not tell to people who can go astray because of it. So we have to be selective. It's not that we don't preach them. We have to be careful that ultimately they should go closer to Krishna, not away from Krishna. So we have to select candidates and explain accordingly.
No, I mean, in this verse, actually, this is very interesting that in the purport it is mentioned that Krishna knows that Arjuna believes, or he knows the truth, but he still wants to see him in reality. And this is really also the confusion in real life with us, that we know, we understand that Krishna is the supreme head. But when it comes to explaining others, this is the same problem what we are having, what Arjuna had. That how shall I explain them, or what shall I tell them?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the reason with this.
So that's why I'm asking now that Krishna should give us also darshan, so that we can convince others.
Yeah, but even if he gives you darshan, only you are convinced, no?
Yeah, but in this case, he's only giving it to Arjuna.
Yeah. So, your question. See, if Krishna is giving darshan to everyone, still they cannot see it. Yeah. Just imagine when Krishna is coming and giving you all whatever you desired. Are you still convinced that it is because of Krishna everything is happening? You think that no, it's my own effort, my own fortune, my karma, and all those things, right?
Yeah, basically, then we are not the good candidate, or we are not
Yeah.
the ripe fruit as yet. Yeah, that's
Yes.
for sure. We cannot be compared with Arjuna then in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So Krishna can give divine vision. Yeah, just like in this case, how Krishna got the divine vision. Sorry, Arjuna has got this divine vision. If we qualify, there are two levels, two ways of how we can. So when Krishna is revealing through the scriptures, when we don't have even faith in scriptures, what faith we'll have when Krishna will come in front of us? Still, are we ready to accept him as Krishna? Krishna is telling in his own scriptures, he's saying this, right? Krishna's words and Krishna's forms and Krishna himself are not different. How much are we convinced?
Correct.
So even Krishna coming in front of us is only a fun. Yeah, we will not accept him. He just says that if he comes with two hands, we say, hey, he's a human. If he comes with four hands, we say that there is a kind of okay, some miracle. But what will it do with faith? Will it immediately increase our faith in Krishna? Because to see the Lord, it's not just a eye business where we have a good eyesight with 6/12 or whatever, and seeing the Lord with that eyes. No, we can't see. We need this divine. And how can we do that when our heart is cleansed? So this whole process has to be taken. We know the example of Shishupal when Krishna is literally present in front of his eyes. What Shishupal did, he made fun. He abused. Because we are not in a position to appreciate the greatness of the Lord. We are so much envious of Lord. As soon as just imagine someone is glorifying Krishna, right? Then we think, hey, ये क्या है? कितना what do you call over appreciation हो रहा है भगवान का? I did everything, and everyone is saying, "Hey, Krishna के वजह से हुआ है."
Yeah.
No, don't we come across like that
Yeah,
situation?
yeah, sure. All good things which has happened in life, it's because of me, and all bad things, oh, वो तो किस्मत में ऐसा था, आज
Yeah.
मैं भगवान की वजह से. Yeah, that's right.
So in that way, we see that okay, I am the direct cause of it. Ultimate, not ultimate cause. I am the direct cause of it. So because at least no, maybe भगवान कुछ किया होगा, लेकिन मैंने बहुत किया है.
Correct.
So when we have this kind of blurry vision, we can't see the Lord. And Lord also, because it's all energy, right? So if you are able to do something, it is because of some energy, right?
Yeah.
If you get up, if you're walking, if you're sleeping, for everything you need energy. Similarly, to see the Lord also we need divine energy. And that divine energy, when we don't have, what can we see? And that is the reason we do chanting. When we are doing japa, what we are doing is we are collecting, we are accumulating such divine energy in our life so that our heart gets purified. When our heart gets purified, then we can start seeing the Lord. We keep ourselves in the background, keep Krishna in the foreground more and more and more. And when we keep Krishna in the foreground, then we can see, right? Because our eyes are in the front, not in the back.
Hmm.
भगवान को पीछे रखेंगे तो कहाँ दिखेंगे? भगवान को आगे रखना पड़ेगा. Then
आगे
we can.
रखना पड़ेगा. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, जी प्रभु जी, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
may I add a small comment regarding the Prabhuji, like he mentioned that all Bhagavans are same or something. So when Indra is the king of Swargaloka, when he wanted to do something to Vrindavan, he put all his energies to spoil that Vrindavan and those gopis and the gopas. But Krishna handled that all his energies with his little finger, and Indra came and bowed down in front of him and begged for his mistakes. So in this scenario, we can say that all are not equal to Krishna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There is one, I mean, there is also Brahma Vimochan Lila, there is also Kamadahan. So there is also one Cupid thought, I am so strong, but yeah, we see from Brahma Samhita, so many Cupids are still nothing in front of the beauty of the Lord. In that way, so many references are there to kind of give a comparative. But I understand from where Nishant Prabhu is coming is that people are not in a position to appreciate that. Yeah. Because they see, hey, it is something like seeing the sky and the earth, yeah, where they meet. Yeah, Kshitij. I don't know if someone knows the
Yeah.
meaning of word Kshitij.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that is for us. Yeah, of course. At some point they are meeting. They we just accept it. Do they really meet?
No. It just looks like. Yeah.
It looks like, yeah. So it looks like all gods are same.
Yeah. Exactly. Very nice. That's really good example.
But when we really go to that point, to that spot which we are measuring through our eyes, na, maybe 500 kilometers wherever. When we go there, then we see, no, it's not the case. There is a lot. So this is what we do when we travel in this knowledge. Yeah, when we are learning this, when we are practicing this, when we go more deeper and deeper, then we understand. And then we come to this understanding that it's not sabka malik ek hai or sab malik ek hai. No, it can't be. There is definitely a hierarchy. Of course, there is only one Malik. Yeah, we appreciate. It's not like okay, we are great. Like we have Koti, no, 3.3 crores. Na, what is the count?
30, you mean to say Devi Devtas, right?
Everything all
Yeah.
together.
Okay. Yeah. 33 koti. That is
33.
33 types. Yeah.
So we want to give full respect to everyone. Yes.
Absolutely.
When Shastras say we have to, but we have to still see that whom are they respecting, whom are they devotional, whom are they worshipping. And then we have to take shelter of that knowledge and appreciate that okay, when all this, yeah, if we take about this what is the scripture, Brihad Bhagavatamrita, it says how Gopakumar has gone through all these different planets, different lokas, and ultimately came to the point, final destination, final destination reached, and from there he didn't go anywhere because he found his original position, understood his original state, established, I mean, connected himself to the Supreme Lord, and then he realized his constitutional position that he is a servant or friend of the Lord, and then the whole travel stopped at that spot. Until then, we keep on traveling. Vibhu. Until then, we keep on traveling. That's what is happening. Go from this planet to that planet to Indra to Brahma. Yeah. So all these journeys are going on. Yeah. Until we come to that final spot where we understand, okay, no, it's not all these things. It's Krishna, and I'm eternal servant of him. In whatever little service I'll be rendering, I will be rendering. So that's the ultimate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Until then, we always have this. Yeah. Why to get into trouble? Huh? Why to disrespect others? Let's respect everyone equally. That itself is a big disrespect. When we're saying all are same, na? This is what usually is an approach. Yeah, we understand they are great. Of course, in from our position, all are so exceptionally great because they are already serving the Lord. They're definitely great. So great, so great. Then, now you have another example is about numbers, right? If you are counting 1 to 100, yeah, 100 we know, yeah, we can imagine, and 1000 we know, 1000 is greater. And when we compare 1000 with 10,000, we know, okay, 10,000 is greater. But after the number becomes too big, huh? Are we really able to compare them? The number has become so big that we see that, okay, literally it is too high for my imagination. And after that, there is even a bigger number, but we see that all numbers are same. Yeah, after all, yeah, maybe we could call it as infinite. Then we say everything is infinite. There is something infinite, bigger number within infinite, right?
Mm.
But for us, for our level, we are saying everything is so high that everyone is considered equal. But that's not the case. Even for our own body, if we say everything is equal, the job of the stomach is not done by the eyes or the ears. So everything is variegated, and this is what we appreciate. The whole creation is having variegatedness and has a very constitutional position connection towards the Supreme Lord. How to get understanding? Yeah, we need to take the knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and what is this? Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction. So these are the books which will deepen our understanding from various point of view how this chronology or hierarchy is there, and appreciate that. When, for example, when we refer to Brahma Samhita, in Brahma Samhita there is full description. Then we understand what is the position of so many beautiful Lakshmi Devis, or what is the position of Lord Ganesh, what is the position of Brahma, and this is spoken by Lord Brahma. So that's why when we bring the, I mean, when I was telling to Venimada Prabhu, I was telling about whatever we are using and debating, discussing, and all this is because of knowledge that was like coming from way old, long time, right? The same knowledge in its purest form is presented by the six Goswamis. Six Goswamis have presented it. They have solved all the problems, all these confusions. No? So nice, isn't it? Are we in a position, are we having such knowledge to decode all these things and apply? No.
No.
But Goswamis are expertly, scrutinizingly studied all the scriptures, and they have concluded what is what. And when we take shelter of such knowledge, there is no confusion. We don't have to open up ourselves, all those books keep in front of us, 10, 15 books, and start cross-relating, cross-referencing. Yeah. Isn't it?
Ji Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay, I'll stop here then. Any more questions? Last question. No, everything is clear.
I mean,
Ram Ram.
not everything is clear, Prabhuji, but in order to ask question also, we need to be a little bit more eligible candidate. So that's the problem. Please don't say that everything is clear.
No, asking questions. Yeah, there is no. The only criteria is to be earnest and sincere. Inquiry. Yeah,
Yeah,
tadviti pranipatena parirprasnena sevaya. Upadeshyanti te gnanam gnaninas tatva darshinaha. So that is the only criteria to ask questions. It should be a genuine inquiry.
yeah,
Huh? So that is the purpose, na? If we know everything, why we'll ask question?
exactly. And also, otherwise, sometimes we cannot ask question because we do not know anything about it. We just trying to understand, digest what we have heard, and
Yeah,
get
that's
back
where we
on that.
start. Yeah, so we should present ourselves. Yeah, this is what Srila Prabhupada says. We should present ourselves in spiritual master that we don't know anything.
Exactly. And that is the truth. Actually, sometimes I get scared when say that okay, everything is understood, everything clear, and inside it the feeling comes, no, nothing is clear. It's just begin. The fire has just started.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So that's where we actually, the sooner we ask our questions, the more conviction we get sooner, right? It is not that we get answered all the questions. It is only these questions answering is only for us to get focused and fixed. Yeah. Even after we practice also there will be hundreds of questions. But all these questions will be answered with one, that I am serving the Lord and one day that answer will be revealed to me. With that, we advance. At the moment, when we want to take up to Krishna consciousness, we have questions that are blockers. But what will happen eventually in future is these questions will be there. I don't care because they will be answered if they need to be answered to me, because Krishna is better. He knows whether. That's why the questions attention will be more focused on service rather than attention on all this confusion. Hmm?
Ji.
Yeah. What do you say, Sagar Prabhu? Yeah. There's always this.
Nothing much to add, Subhash. Swamiji.
Yeah. No, I think we have seen a total um, transformation in few years in our life. We see how initially how questions were actually blockers, right? How they blocked us. We thought, okay, it's too complicated subject. Let's not enter into it. Let's not venture into it at all. Yeah. But later, when the time comes, when the grace comes, then we see that, okay, let me become a practitioner and the questions will be taken care.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Sindhu
Yeah, according to me, yes, Prabhuji, today's class is really interesting that you have mentioned that even if we hear the 5 minutes of Bhagavad Gita class with full focus and dedication, that means we are really getting close to Krishna. And even in my point, is going in my mind that I have to improve japa, the quality. And yes, Prabhuji, like you said, you have mentioned that the japa will purifies our heart, then it will it will get close to Krishna. So really, I'll take this point from this class, Prabhuji, really inspirational. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so this is the science. Yeah, so how we can get close to Krishna. Okay, then thank you very much for joining. Vancha kalpatarabhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thanks for the Q&A, especially Prabhuji. It's interesting discussion by Nishant Prabhu and Hadras Prabhu and Madhav Prabhu. All asked good questions and we got so many things today from their questions. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Yeah, when we join, then we benefit from all this very nice intellectual discussion, devotional discussions, all of us, we can advance. Thank you.
Thanks for the answering everything, and thanks for the session. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.